so you have landed here more than likely because you're looking to try and reach some sort of goal, some sort of investment goal, some sort of savings goal, and you responded to savings versus investments. What's the difference? So you might be asking yourself the question is really, what's the difference between them? So there are actually three things besides saving and investments. There's another one, and that's losses. Losses. You really don't probably want to know about losses, but we have to discuss that. So let's bring someone into the audience, and their name is Inflation. So Mr. Inflation is the benchmark, if you want to call it, of how we measure all of this. So it's measured by inflation, but what you've got to keep in mind, so some of you might be sitting there and say, yeah, inflation is 2.5–3%. Well, then you're probably listening from a first world country. Then again, you might be sitting in a third world country, and they're going inflation at 3%. We wish. It's more like 6%, and some places are even up to 20% on inflation. So there's a bit of a surprise to you first world country people, that inflation can vary quite a bit. But let's work it out on a 3% inflation standard, wherever you may be, as the example. Otherwise, we're going to be getting a little lost. We don't want to do that, so let's work on 3% as the inflation. Okay, so we've got inflation at 3%. Now, I mentioned three things. There was loss, and there's saving, there's investment. So there's three different things we're going to tackle now. So let's tackle the middle one, which you might call saving. You are saving towards your future pension, or towards maybe putting down a deposit on a property, or buying a property in cash. But you have a goal to save towards a particular goal. Maybe that's cottage fees or something like for your child. So you have a very, very, very specific goal. Maybe you might not have a goal, not a good idea, but you don't have a goal, but you just want to put some monies away. Okay, so you've got this goal, no goal, but you are investing stroke saving. So what is saving then? Why is it different to the other two that I mentioned? Well, saving has its benchmark as inflation. So in other words, inflation is 3%, as we mentioned. Then typically saving for me is you making 3% on your interest on that investment or saving that you are doing. So you're saving, you're making 3% interest, and you've got 3% inflation. So typically what you're doing is you keeping the value of your money. In other words, next year you could utilize that amount of money with its interest and buy the same item that you could buy today with the money that you're actually utilizing for next year. So if you get a 3% interest annually, then you can buy next year what you can afford today. So that's what I call saving. It's not investing. It's not investing. Now, if you are saving, we're going to keep on using the word saving. If you're in saving in a place that you are not making 3%, you're making 2% or 1%. In some places you might even be making less than that, into the negative. So if that's the case, that means you are making a loss. Your money will not be the same value. You will not be able to purchase next year with this money that you're putting away. You will not be able to purchase the same item next year you will not have enough money. You'll be short of 1 or 2% in to be able to purchase. So you would have to add 2 or 3% to that money to be able to purchase the same item. That's what I call losses. It's not saving. You might be putting the money away, but the problem is you're not keeping up with inflation. So the minimum that you need to make just to keep your value is 3%. However, that's maybe not the idea that you're looking for. You're looking to grow your money. Now, you don't have to put it at such a massive risk, but at the same time, you want to still grow the money. You want to be able to say, I can buy more than what I can buy today, I can buy in the future. So that's the idea of what I call investing. So you're saving your money, but you're earning an interest that's 4%, 5%, 6%, 7, 8, 9, 10, or whatever the percent is. That is investing now. Now you're not just keeping the value of your money, you're actually growing the value of your money. It's more valuable next year than what it is now. That is what it is to invest. You need to be able to beat that benchmark of inflation. And that gives you the ability to grow your wealth. So there's the difference between actually saving and investing. Now, the very interesting thing that I've seen with my travels around the world and helping many clients is this. Is that when I ask a particular client or a person that's talking to me, and I'll ask him, so what returns are you currently getting on the investment that you're making towards your pension at this point? Do you have an idea? And the person very often will tell me, no idea at all. I don't have a clue. My advisor or the bank or somebody, I don't know. To be honest, I'm not sure what is the returns. That's not very good from a fiduciary point of view, that which means the responsibility of the bank or the wealth manager, the financial planner, whoever's helping you, whatever platform it's on, there needs to be a responsibility that you know and understand at what value that your money is actually growing at. When you understand that, you know whether you are actually growing your money and it's more valuable down the road in a year or 2 or 5 years' time. You know that you have growth, or whether your money is just stagnant, or whether you're actually losing. If you know those particular factors, then at least you can make the right adjustments on an annual basis when doing a review. So very important to understand what is your interest rate, that you know, are you actually growing your money? Because you think you're saving your money. You really do, and you have the greatest intentions and you're putting the money away. But when you get to actually taking it out and making it liquid and accessing it, and you find out that it wasn't as valuable doing the exercise as what it should have been. So keep that in mind and look down to the links below. I will then send you feedback via a video like this. That's a personal video directly for you and your current investments. I will analyze everything. It's completely free of charge, and you can have all of that analyzed for you free of charge, and I will then give it back to you with my advice. And I am allowed to do so because I am a financial advisor. You will receive back a personal video for yourself that will give you clarity on your current investments, what they are doing and what they are expected to do in the future, and where you are likely to end up with that particular investment that you currently are doing. There's a real good reason to do that, because you want to be able to get to paying for your college fees for your child and know that you have exactly what you set out to achieve. So thank you for watching, and click below and chat again